just down there. And that little bit of cartilage just here is part of the annular cartilage. So you can see hair follicles along here. That's where the hairy bits of the ear come from, and some of the wax. So we'll look through this at higher power a little bit later. So here's the external auditory meatus. It runs down and touches with, or becomes, the tympanic membrane just here. So I can see three ossicles, the malleus, incus, and stapes, all here as part of the middle ear. So this area here is all air-filled. And then, what we've got the vestibule and saccule. I can't tell which is which just by looking at them. So that's part of the bony labyrinth. And also through here, I can see one here, that's one of the semicircular canals, that hole just there. Remember the semicircular canals are at angles to each other? And so we've just cut through the bone, I can see a semicircular canal there. So we've got the semicircular canals, the oval window running into the, what would be the utricle, and then the saccule. And then this thing over here is the cochlea. Remember, it's 2.5 turns winding around a central bony area. It's got a secondary bony spiral lamina. It curls around 2.5 times to the top, to the helical tremor. That's what you're looking at overall. So we're looking at this in higher power now. I'll move down here. So now we're at the opening of the external auditory meatus. So you can see cartilage, and cartilage keeps it open. There's the annular cartilage. You should be able to remember from last year all of these hair follicles, and sebaceous and seroneous glands, all in here, produce all this wax, which is here now. And they're very, very thick, stratified squamous epithelium of the ear. So this is opening up and moving down the external auditory meatus through the horizontal canal. And once we get past the hair follicles, we start then touching against the tympanic membrane here. Less and less hair follicles and a thinner stratified squamous epithelium as we move further down. So this membrane here is a tympanic membrane. It touches against, or the malleus touches against it. You can see it's not fully calcified yet. It's a young animal this was taken from. So we've got a lot of calcification. But it's basically cartilage at this stage. So that bluey sort of look. And we move through. This wispiness in here is basically related to the age. But normally that would be air-filled or empty. It can be full of pus and other debris when there's infections going on. So the malleus. The incus doesn't look like much because of the way it's cut. You can see there's definitely an ossifying bone sitting there. And again, if you look at the navigation window, you can see where we are in case you're getting lost. So we move through. The next bone or ossicle it would be attaching to the stapes. Stapes is sitting against the oval window, creating waveforms. So we move into what would be the utricle. And so the bone around here is part of the bony labyrinth. And then the membranous labyrinth has collapsed a bit with making a slide. So it's this thing just here is the macula. Remember there's one macula in the utricle and one macula in the saccule. They both look the same, do the same. So while we're here, we'll have a closer look at the macula. Oops. And we've lost that gelatinous cone over it. There's a bit of grease in here. So there's hair cells in here and support cells. The stratoconia you won't see. The gelatinous membrane you won't see is getting lost. So there's hair cells in here and then wispy bits of nerve cells back here. That's about all you'll see. So that's the macula. Macula utricularis, the macula saccularis. While we're in this area, the other structure that I saw, actually I'll come back to that in 2 seconds. I'm just going to find a semicircular canal. I'm going to So I'm going to drag this window over to this semicircular canal. That's a little hole we're looking at before. So we can see now, again, there's the bony labyrinth, and the membranous labyrinth has collapsed. So we've got perilymph, endolymph. So you remember that there's a widening at the base of each of the semicircular canals called the ampulla. And in the ampulla, the organ, or the sensory organ there is called the crista. That's where this other slide comes in. I'll just switch to that briefly. It looks sort of the same, most of the slide, but a lot of the structures aren't there. For instance, that thing there is malleus. It looks a bit different. But what I can really see is there's part of the semicircular canals, and here's the swelling. That's the ampulla, the swelling in the semicircular canal. As I move in on that, there you go, you can see the crista. Again, bony labyrinth, perilymph, endolymph, membranous labyrinth. What we have lost on here, you can't see the copula. It's gone. You can see wisps of bits of nerve here that's forming eventually into the vestibulocochlear nerve. In this case, the vestibular nerve, eventually form the vestibulocochlear nerve. Slightly higher power on that. And again, we've got support cells and hair cells. Don't expect you to be able to differentiate the two. And then the firing of those hair cells leads to the nerve. In here, vestibular nerve, so flow of fluid past the hair cells creates the vestibular part, rate of change of movement. So go back now to the original slide. So that's just a narrow part of the semicircular canal. So we'll come out of there a little bit, and then move into the cochlea. So what I can see, it's like you've got like a snail shell, or one of those shells from the beach that twists around, the cockle type shells. So you can imagine the central bony core and a secondary sort of spiral lamina. You've got this like tube-like structure that winds around 2.5 times. The tube-like structure is divided into a scala vestibuli, a scala tympani, and a scala media. So what I'm going to do is find one of these, look at closely. I'll probably use this one just here. I can tell that scala vestibuli, scala tympani, scala media is where the tectorial membrane is placed. That's the stria vascularis. That's produced some of the endolymph. It's pulled away a little bit from the bone as artifact. So I'm moving closer to this. I can see reasonably clearly now scala vestibuli, scala tympani, both perilymph, and there's the scala media, which is endolymph. There's the stria vascularis there. And here's the organ of Corti, just around here. So I've got a higher power on that. Let's see what this one is like. So you can see we're starting to get the limit of really detecting things very well. But we've got 2 pillar cells here and here, which is the inner tunnel of Corti. We've got 1, 2, 3 hair cells and 1 hair cell. I don't expect to be able to differentiate hair cells. We should be